Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I know I'm not wearing my mask today, and I didn't think of another. I didn't research another language to say hello in. Um, Today I'm gonna make this probably a shorter video than usual. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I want to talk about inflation and how it's affecting, just a average person. I mean, I would consider myself pretty much like an average person. I'm not making a substantial amount of money. I work in the healthcare field. I make decent amount. I'm not saying that I don't make a lot of money, but I don't make a little bit of money. I'm right there, probably middle class, I would say. And I don't know. Inflation just seems like it's really taking a toll. Yes, maybe they're cutting costs in different areas, but inflation as a whole is hurting a lot more than those discounts or those cost cutting measures that the government's taking. Um, especially especially with utilities, and then the cost of just groceries and stuff. Because gas was already there, and that should have been a signal, that the economy's gonna go take a dump, pretty much. Um, if you look at it, if you look at the research, if you took in economics before, you'd understand that in every one of those models, the capitalism's doomed. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I'm anti-capitalist capitalism. I think capitalism's good to a certain point, but there's going to come a point where the top five, or not even the top five, the top 1% is going to own like 80% of the assets in the country, 90% of the assets, and the other 90% is going to own nothing. And at which point do people say this is unjust? There's something wrong here. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to not go out and work on being wealthy, but give back if you can. Give back to the communities. Give back to rebuilding. Um, the infrastructure strong, because I mean, if you're just concentrating on your own wealth and then the whole system collapses, how do you even have your wealth at the end of the day? And who's to say that there won't be a civil conflict between socioeconomic classes one day? It's not going to be a war of like nations, or a war of alliances, or a war of religious ideologies. It's going to be a war. I think a war is going to happen in the future where it's going to be between socioeconomic classes. And I'm not going to say that the poor people are going to win automatically, because I think the rich people that are going to own, the 1% that's going to own 90% of the assets, they're going to have the money to pay for private armies. And if you're coming from nothing, if you're coming from being a poor person, you're going to be willing to fight for these rich people, because they're going to pay you a handsome amount of money. They're going to pay you a handsome amount of money, to fight their wars for them. Um, and it's just crazy. I like my gas and my electric bill. It's very, you know, it's crazy. I think the most I've ever paid in like gas and electric's been only like or gas. I mean, gas has only been like $30, $40, maybe $50 one time. I think my gas bill was like $300 this past month. Mind you, it is wintertime and I did use it quite a bit. Um, and then my electric, during summer, I actually had built up I had built up freaking credit actually in my electric bill, because it was so sunny, and I was not really using my my cooler as much, because it wasn't really a hot summer like it usually is, like it can get here, that what I'm used to. Um, so I had like a $400 credit, man, to my name at one point. And then and then what? In January is when I finally lost my credit. Well, it went down to like only like 180 in December, and then I had to pay actually a bill in January. I don't understand, being that I have solar panels and I still have to pay an electric bill and have solar panels. There's something not right there. And I think the system's just straight up flawed and corrupted, you know? I mean, I think it's been like that. It's been going that way for a long time. I recently called my solar company to find out what's the status of my battery, and they said that they're still working on the permits with SoCal Edison. So I don't know how much longer that's gonna take. And even like groceries, the other day I went to the store to buy groceries, and it was just a lot more than what I was expecting to pay, for the amount of groceries I got. And it's just crazy, I never been a person to eat eggs, but I know there's people in my family that like eggs, so I bought some eggs, and just the cost of eggs is insane, And milk, a gallon of milk. It used to be what, a dollar something for a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk now is something else. I don't drink milk either. That's more like my family that drinks milk. Family members that drink milk. But inflation is just gnarly. I don't see it getting any better. Cost of living's crazy too nowadays. I mean, I'm glad I locked in. I'm glad I got my house. It's nothing. It's nothing beautiful. I mean, it's to me it's beautiful. It's nothing like big and amazing. My house, but it's my house. You know what I mean? And I got it for a decent price before stuff blew up anymore, and I got it for a pretty good rate too. Um, but it's just gnar, man. Like the direction that the world's going in. I just hopefully, I don't know what else to say other than that. Gas. I mean, gas is gnarly. I think when I do get my settlement from my car accident, first thing I'm gonna do is probably buy a hybrid. You know, I'm not gonna go full electric yet because there's no infrastructure really out there. At least in the part of California I live in, there's not enough infrastructure out there yet for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna go full electric, and feel like I'm not gonna get stranded somewhere or stuck somewhere having to charge my car, you know, because I mean, you go to Walmart and there's only so much electrical vehicle charging stations. There's only like six, man, and I live in a city that has 120,000, 140,000 people. Sorry, 140,000 people now that live in it, and the Walmart only has six charging stations at the Walmart. It's gnarly. With that being said, just let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to this inflation crisis. Peace. Take care.